Hey, welcome back to Gamer Guide channel. This is going to be another episode of Reassembly with me here, Reed. And we're going to start a brand new game and try out the Killer Bees. I looked at a couple of the other factions and decided this one had the right amount of challenge and had some interesting things I hadn't done before. One of them being city building. But right now we need to go ahead and set up our colors here for our Killer Bees. So I've been kind of liking purple and blue lately. I've been using that in Robocraft a lot with the new color changes. If you guys have been playing Robocraft, have to give me a shout out down below. It's been a lot of fun and I've liked some of those new color options we've had. Let's see here. If we do purple, can we do teal? That's a little maybe too green. I don't know. It looks a little too girly for my liking. I'm going to do a little less green and let's go back here to like a solid blue color. Maybe blue and purple. It's kind of what I'm doing in Robocraft, light blue, dark blue, and purple. I've been coloring some of my bots, mostly playing around with flyers lately in the new Robocraft. I'm liking that, but we're going to try this out. I've never played this faction before, the Killer Bees, so this is going to be new to me. Let's go ahead and get started here. There'll probably be some starting the new game, ticks and trips we'll have to basically get through real quick, so excuse me as I bypass all that stuff. And we have our little ship fleet here. Here's all the ships we have at our current disposal. A lot of little fighters. And looks like we are at the max of 300p. P is kind of your possibility in this game. So basically right now we can build a ship as big as 300p. C is your currency and R is your resources you've looted. So that's kind of what those three top indicators in the center top middle of the screen represent. And then down here we have some of the different things you can unlock. Alright, so we have a tractor beam, roots, some other things available, and then as we get more experience and unlock more things, more will become available to us as we sort of level up. So the bigger I make my possibility, my P, by leveling up, the more possible things I have to unlock. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. 8,000 is the maximum P you're supposed to be able to do here in our Reassembly. And of course I got grandfathered in on the Terrans, if you remembered, with a couple things being changed in value. But that's been quite a long time ago. Wow, this little craft is really fast. Much faster than I remember on the Terrans. And I kind of remember reading that the this Bee faction is really fast, but might lack a little bit in some of the other areas, like firepower and stuff. However, they can build these cool cities. You see all these little buildings jetting off the asteroids here. These are all my faction too. And when I get to a certain point here, my understanding is I'll be able to make my own building schematics and then attach them to these asteroids, essentially creating little bases on these and securing our place in the galaxy. Excuse me again as I bypass all this helpful tips and tricks. This game has a little bit of a learning curve, so if you're new to Reassembly, just give it some time. There's lots to learn. Lots of your keys do different things in this. Here's the other race I almost chose, the Sentinels, and I'm afraid I'm going to get blown up here if I'm not careful. Ouch! That hurt a lot. Let's see if we can get out of here before we get destroyed. No! They're shooting me with their tiny Beeeees! Alright, well, I died there. No problem. When you die in this game, you basically just go back to Mothership and get yourself a new ship, or in this case, back to the city, and I got myself a new little fighter. Now, I'm not really liking the range on this thing. It's like I have little lightsabers attached to my ship, and then a couple of flat cannons to protect myself, so I think my strategy here is going to be to go ahead and upgrade my systems here as early as I can. Here's some of the things I have right now, and these things in gray with the currency marker above it, like 120C, like this guy, are things that I can unlock. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. Now, right now I have 453C, and so what I want to go ahead and do is unlock some of these. I'm going to start with a tractor beam so I can gather resources earlier, and then we'll try out this shard launcher and see what that's all about. I don't have a shard launcher on any of my other factions, so I think that's one of the things that are kind of special and specific here about the Bees. So let's see if that's any good. Now I need to upgrade my P a little bit right now, and I spent all my money there unlocking stuff, so we're going to go ahead and try to collect some more things. Now, one way to get more C quickly is to go to these little light blue diamonds on the screen. Those are bases you can unlock, and you'll get a nice little amount of currency by doing that. I think it's like 500 C for every one you unlock. So I'll follow these little waypoints, and we're going to try to get there without dying. I'm in a pretty frail little ship with no shields right now, but one thing it does have going for it is it's speedy, and if I can get close enough, those lightsaber guns can do pretty well. But I'm going to get back here into the cover of my territory and let these other ships cover up. Right now I'm just kind of testing the waters out. I want to see what the capabilities of the ship are. We still have a little bit more to go. I was upgrading a little bit there, but I need to get probably another 100 C before it's really worth it for me to build another ship. One thing I will say is I'm not liking these little short-range lasers. That's not working for me at all. I need something like missiles or at least long-range gun. So I might just increase the amount of flat guns I have on this thing and try that shard launcher that we unlocked a little bit ago as soon as I can get some more C here. I know you can harvest plants. Let's see if we can kill this little white ship. Got him out of the way. You can harvest the seeds off plants as one way to make C, and then unlocking these bases. Let's see if we can destroy this Terran, looks like supply vessel. Not really. Now we've got some bigger ships here from our faction, things that we can't build yet, but are kind of prefab and given to us, at least in our territory. All right, here we go. Let's see. By unlocking this should give us a nice amount of C if we don't die. Nice, we got it unlocked. But they did take me out there at the last second, but at least we did claim that base, and it looks like it's got a couple shields. So it's probably going to be able to reconstruct and kill those little boogers. All right, so let's unlock a little bit more of the C here and up our P. So now we're at 439 P, and that should be enough to really make it worthwhile to build a new ship. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll speed this part up for you guys and play a little music or something just to show you what I end up coming up with. What I want to do, though, is make a scrappy ship, something that's going to use those shard launchers, and basically make it so I don't have to use those short-range lasers anymore. I wasn't really liking that too much. So I'll be right back with you guys after this build is complete.
Feel love. 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 Feel love.
All right, I am back, and as you can see, I came up with the concept here for the scrapper, and I think it turned out pretty good. I wasn't trying to go for perfection or anything. It was something that's going to use the scrap launchers and none of those short-range lasers that I hate so much so far. So let's see how this thing does. I didn't even battle test it, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to turn out just fine. All right, let's see. We got to take a little time here to rebuild our ship. Hopefully we don't get owned while we're coming back into our little space dimension here. So far, so good. All right, let's head out and see what we can collect. Ah, yes, look at all those scraps. That's kind of cool. It's not really another faction that has a weapon that just shoots debris into space. I feel like we're littering here, but pretty cool. So I guess it's kind of like missiles, is my guess, though it doesn't seem to take a whole lot of energy to use. But we'll have to see how it works here against our enemies. Anyway, this is a slightly better fighter. 100 better at least, and hope this scrap doesn't seem to have any distance. Let's try it on this guy here. Launch a bunch of scrap. I'm having a little trouble steering here. There we go. Hitting my own ship. Hey, no fair. It's 2-on-1. That fighter behind me and the drones are... that hurts. Go away. Fortunately, my little flat cannons are doing a pretty good job of keeping the real small drones away. There we go. Got that guy out of the way. Ah, yes. Some more scrap. This thing is pretty quick, but not quite as quick as I was thinking it was going to be. The thrusters on the Bees at, I think it was like 135 thrust or something. Seems pretty good. It's my scrap launcher in full effect here. Littering up the galaxy, but I'll tell you what, this little dude here is pretty evasive. Certainly have a good amount of power. I'm just hammering him with my anti-air guns. Don't get in the middle of this, Mr. Green Ship. Or Red Ship. Just mind your own business. Just innocently trying to kill this alien craft, who is just out of my range now. Well, that's not too good. Let's get out of here. I'm surrounded by enemies. We'll head back to our region of space here. Ah. Does this say station I can unlock? Well, yes it is. This will help us get some, see? Ah, nice. Alright. Ship R filled to capacity. Okay, so I can either spend it. I guess this is a little helpful hint here. Alright, we unlocked the station. It's kind of coming back to life, grabbing things around. Let's unlock some more possibility here. Okay, cool. Got a little bit more. And let's see if we can head back out here. Still feeling a little bit sluggish. This thing could definitely do with a couple more thrusters. Let's just add them on here real quick. Do like a couple more here, and for reverse, I mean, I guess we're okay. Don't necessarily need reverse. I think I'm going to get rid of these smaller, they're supposed to be more responsive thrusters, but just not as powerful. But I think I'm going to pull these off here, and I'm going to put some of these impulse thrusters on, as they seem to get the job done a little bit better. And for turning, I think this in combination with the ones I put on the rear at those diagonals will help us turn just a little bit quicker. So let's see how that goes. What are we up to now? What, 397 out of 531? We could add some more guns to this thing if we wanted to. Let's see. Maybe unlock a new gun. I don't really get these PB subsystem guns that much. It doesn't look like their stats are that wonderful. Like we have 11 damage per shot. I mean, I guess the distance is better, so I'm still going to try it, but it's only like a couple hundred better range than some of our other flat cannons, and for just a couple better shots here too. All right, where can we slap this dude on? We got a little bit of room here in the middle of the ship, I'm noticing. Maybe if we pull that out here. I mean, I was thinking of anywhere else, but I don't really see a good option there. So we'll just pull this out, and then we'll drag here. Let's take this whole middle part out, and we'll just stick that right in the center. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my ship. There we go. One bigger gun. Now we're at 405. Okay, still not really utilizing all our stuff, but I think we're just going to go ahead and keep with that. We'll see how this gun performs. Still got a lot of our stuff on point defense, which is going to be automated, and then I got right mouse on our shard stuff, so I can kind of launch at will, as I don't think the AI does quite as good at launching things that are supposed to be obstructionist. Now let's see, we could add a couple of these extra turrets somewhere, maybe behind the wing, I'm thinking. Let's see, we got some more thrusters. We could stick those here on the outside just to give a little bit more momentum and also help with turning just a little bit. And let's get rid of all this stuff here. Just highlight and press delete if you're wondering how I'm doing that. Alright, we'll go ahead and save that, and let's try my new version. I didn't realize it was going to blow the entire front of my ship by just changing a couple things. I'll pull tractor beam some of this stuff in. Ah yes, I already feel much faster. Not sure if that's a placebo or what, but oh yeah, this is much better. Much more responsive, still be able to get some good turning. And we just gotta see if we can get our scrap launcher to actually do some good for us. Okay, now let's see, we need to get some more stations really, and then eventually here I want to start building a fleet too after I kind of know the full capacity of the ship. Here we go, let's get this base. Without getting murdered, hopefully. Got one of these little red guys. Ah! No, stay away from me. Yellow lasers of death. There we go, now hopefully our station can jump in here and help us out. Crap! Whatever that ship is has got pretty strong lasers. It just blasted me right in the face. And we got one of those red and blue guys, which look very similar to my ship, by the way. I might have to redo my color scheme here, because I am definitely going to get confused. Alright, nice. Uh-oh. I think one of our bigger ships just got owned by that green baddie. I don't think that was our station, though. Here's our station. We're going to try to keep out of his way. Maybe our station could take him out. That's it. Eat my scrap. Ouch. Alright, well fortunately our blocks respawn pretty quick. Can't wait to get shields though, that will definitely help. Ah, no! I've been disabled and he's got better short-range lasers. That's it, kill him. Kill him, giant station. I knew you were good for something. Eat lots of flak! Ah, yes. Victory. I'm gonna scrap the crap out of you. There we go. How dare you try to murder me. Thank you, giant space station thing, for saving me. Alright, we still got some of these little red guys here, the red team. That was another option I could have gone with, but from reading what I saw on the internet, they said the red team is basically playing hard mode because they have little tiny ships and kind of crappy guns and not too much going for them. So I was like, well, I do want it to be interesting, but I don't want it to suck. So I said the bees were, you know, not as overpowered as the sentinels from what I read, but would still have some kind of fun uniqueness to them with being able to make little cities and stuff. So we'll see how their weapons turn out here after I get something together. Now let's see, there's this thing called the root. That's kind of what I'm checking out right now. This is, I guess, how you build different buildings. Is you have to have a root on it, and I think the root attaches then to one of the asteroids. I'm just not sure exactly how you launch it and stick it on one of those rocks. I'm gonna have to research that, I think. I don't think I'm quite ready to do the buildings yet. So for this episode, we'll just kind of stick with doing ships. Alright, let's head back out here. What I guess I'd like to do is get a couple more space stations in our possession here in our territory. With my little scrap launcher. Let's see how we do. Scrap goes a long way. I do like the distance on it. And I feel like if we really had like scrap in quantity, made a really big ship with lots of scrap launchers, that it could be pretty serious stuff. You know, basically just blanket the entire region in front of you with scrap and take out all these guys. Make it impossible to dodge. There we go, that worked. Just full speed ahead and like kamikaze right into their side and then hit them with scrap right at the last minute. That seemed to work. All right, let's see if we can do it again. We'll sneak up on this dude and right at the last minute. Whoa! Don't hit the plants. We've still pulled it off, but there we go. Yes, we seem to be doing pretty good now against these small red ships, at least. Though, admittedly, it sounds like they have a little bit of underpoweredness happening in their faction. Well, I guess the nice thing about my little scrap launcher ship is that having those big blocks up front with the launchers on them helps shield us a little bit, even though we don't have shields done yet. But that will definitely be one of my main priorities as soon as I get some more C. There we go, another red guy down. 64, I got, what, 791 C now. Not too shabby. So let's see here. We got another subsystem, a factory. That would be awesome. And a much bigger shard launcher is now available. So as you see, I mean, as we get more P and unlock things, more things become available. So I'm kind of hoping that we get much better stuff. But that bigger shard launcher looks very interesting. And then the factory, and then we have a little bit smaller PD subsystem. So I'm not sure what PD stands for, but it's basically just a slightly better gun. That's way too oversized. So we'll have to work on building a bigger ship, I think, in the next episode for sure. Okay, so let's see if I can get down to one of these yellow or blue diamonds on my little mini-map in the bottom left corner. That's kind of what I'm going for now. Let's see if we can navigate through this asteroid field here. Ouch! Okay, I didn't hit it too hard. When you hit other objects, you do take some damage. And so trying to avoid that would be great. Ouch. Alright. They have lasers, and there's lots of them. Not nearly fair at all, but I did kind of body slam that other ship right into the dirt. Alright, stop teaming up on me, you bastards. Someone keeps, like, rushing me with their deadly lasers. No! Can I get away? I have, like, 2 thrusters left. And they have one of those samurai stars. You dastardly Terrans. It was totally no fair. It was like 6 on 1. Alright, respawning back over here with one of our mobile ship bases. I do like that about this faction. It seems like our bases are more mobile than the Terrans or the other races I've played. Usually I find that stations are pretty mobile. Nope, getting out of here. No fair, everybody's beating up on me. That's another nice thing. Listen to the strip off the front of this little vessel. It does go really fast, so you can kind of get out of dodge if you lose your scrap launchers. So for a quick build, it didn't turn out too bad. Though I will probably never fly the ship after I'm able to get shields and a little bit more P for hopefully some better guns. I'm hoping the bees are not limited to flinging poo scraps on people, because it's definitely underwhelming. The little flat cannon's not too bad, but we need more than just scrap launchers. So I'm hoping we have more than that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make some pretty massive scrappy ships. These are little anti-missile flat cannons. All right, I got one of them down. But now his buddies have come. Ah, you bastards. Alright, I have a grudge now against these Terrans. It would kind of behoove me to take friends and like start my fleet, but I'm hoping to take one of these bases without help first. Might be a silly objective, but anyway, that's what the hope is, at least. Let's see if I can take one of these up here instead of going down south and west. We'll go northwest and see what we got up here. We're pretty close to a couple bases here on the map. If I just keep going this way and don't run into any impossibly huge ships, Eat my scrap. Aha! A bunch of little drones here. They're only barely visible on the screen, but they're nonetheless. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Here's our next unlockable space station. Can we do it? Yes, just barely. Now, come back and help me quick before this guy murders me! Yeah, I might have to change my colors because that red and blue looks too similar to what I'm wearing here. Stop shooting my friends! You bastard. Now the red and blue guys are adding to the shit list here with the Terrans. Okay, let's see. See if we can't race up there and grab one. I am tempted to start my first fleet here, as having allies with you, other scrap launcher ships, certainly make this a lot easier. Now look, it's the plant race. The NPC plant race faction is quite a contender when it comes to battling, and I'm definitely not ready to take them on yet with this little piece of trash, this little scrapper. So I'm gonna stay out of their way for a little bit. They've got little drones coming at me. But when I get shields, I'll come back in and we'll see if we can clear them out, as that will make the difference. And hopefully some better guns, too. Okay, so let's see. We're kind of right on the edge of our territory. So we got a couple yellow points down here to the west. So let's see. Really what I'd like to do, though, is just get one more of these before going. Now, it seems like what I'm doing now, just kind of coating everything in scrap as I move forward, might be a good strategy, because it makes the enemy's lasers and stuff get hung up on any of the scrap I fire. So I think if we use the scrap as a shield, basically, as we go in, even though we don't really have shields, it could serve us well. You'll see as I'm shooting the scrap, their lasers are getting hung up on it. So maybe it was good that I put this on manually fire, as I would do much better than having it on auto. Yeah, so we're going to try this. We're going to litter the galaxy with our trash. Create cities and trash. There we go. They should have called this faction the Humans, as we seem pretty good at that, too. But nevertheless, we are the bees, the killer bees. Alright, going through, let's see if we can take out that little white ship. Come back. There we go, we got your buddy. Well, it gave us what, 38C? Or 38R? I guess we need to actually trade this in for C. We're not doing too bad on our collection here. Look, we got 1230 now. C. Oh, another Terran ship. It's one of those envoys. That one has shields though. Crap! They're buddies again. Go ahead and blow through them and get back here to safety. That's funny. I'm fast enough where my tractor beam can't catch up to repair my ship. Trying to grab parts. But I'm also being harassed by these darn Terrans. Help! Help, space station! Shoot them in the face. No, they're crippling me. Can't move. I am dead. Alright, well hopefully our space station will take revenge. It looks like he was pretty capable. Had those lasers going again at least. Hopefully he does better than me. Alright, let's see. We can head back down there and help him out a little bit. He is, any of those little diamonds you see in the little tiny mini-map in the corner that are yellow, that means that those are stations under distress or being attacked or something, so I can get down there and help clear out the Terrans, hopefully with my little scrap launcher. There we go. Eat scrap and flat cannons, or miniguns I guess they're called in this faction. Now if our station could take out, there we go, take out the cruiser. Alright, let's get out of Dodge here before these guys get me. Got a bunch of little fighters on my tail. Fortunately, our miniguns... Oh! Spoke too soon. I was going to say, unfortunately, our miniguns are keeping their fire at bay, but they did get me in the end. Alright, respawning yet again. All right, it might finally be time here. Now let's say this guy is under distress, or maybe it's just those little yellow arrows mean that I can offload scrap there. That could very much be the case. So I now have 1793C. Can definitely get to a place here we're going to be able to buy some good stuff. Messing with our HUD a little bit. All right, no teleporter on ship. I'm not really sure which faction uses teleporters, but I've seen that message before when I was playing the Terrans. Must be something new, because I don't remember that before. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this guy into our fleet, and we'll go ahead and start doing that now. Basically what I did is I switch over from pilot mode to command mode by pressing caps lock. And then by doing that, you can buy ships with your C instead of just saving it all to buy more resources. So that can make it a little bit easier, especially when you start out, if you're able to buy some other ally ships. And they'll kind of follow you around. This guy here is not too fast, so I'm not sure if he's actually going to permanently stay with me. But if part of your fleet gets too far behind, when you come back over to that section of space, they will rejoin you, so you won't permanently be out of luck. Alright, we're just starting a fleet. I don't really want to die again, but I think we're going to die because he's disabled me pretty good. Help me, space station! Alright, I'm trying to flip out of the way here, but I have one thruster. So I'm basically spinning in circles faster and faster. Now if my little ship would hurry up and help me. Alright, bummer. Yeah, that guy was a little bit more tough than me. Certainly more P than I have. Alright, so we're coming back. Let's try this building a fleet thing one more time. We'll go ahead and up our P a little bit more. Good deal. And we could unlock some more stuff here, I think, if we wanted to. So let's see, definitely the factory. I don't think I'm going to build a factory ship this time, but now we'll be able to build kind of a more serious cruiser and something that's able to reproduce. And then the ships I produce will automatically be entered into my fleet until I release them into the galaxy. So we'll get this other route. I'm not sure what the difference is, because I know we had a route before. So we, where'd it go? I'm not sure, but so there's the purple route and the blue route. Not really sure which is better. Shields is definitely going to be the next thing I want to get. Shield and factory. Once you get those two things, even if you have kind of crap guns, but you're fast, get enough scrap launchers, I think it becomes much easier to do pretty good and start being dominant. As right now we're worried about killing these little ships like these white bastards. I think those are Terran cruisers or Terran warships. But now that I know what to do with the scrap launcher, basically just constantly fire it. Seems a little easier. And then use my miniguns in close range too. There we go. Let's take out these drones. It's one thing the Terrans are pretty good at is having lots of drones and missiles. Alright, and their plasma guns aren't bad too. Alright, so let's see, we got that guy as part of our fleet. Not too much to get the giant ship with us, but we could take a couple of these small ones. Here's another scrapper. And so now we have, what, 3 in our fleet? Those little triangles in the top left corner underneath my icon, my ship's icon, those are how many are in my current fleet. So right now it's me and 3 other ships. And I'm confident that the scrappers can keep up with me, but the big ships seem a little bit slow. I do like the strength of the thrusters and the bees, but they seem to build a little too large for really utilizing the thrusters power. All right, here we go. There's another station. Offload some of our resources to it. We got 200 more C. So now we kind of have one of these stations following us around at least. I'll see with a number of us if we can do any good. Yeah, now they're having a little easier time against these red guys. They're bigger ships. Alright, transferring resources over to me again. So now we're at 435C. Alright, great. And let's see if we can add some more people here. Yep, now we have 2 space station deals in our fleet. Those things, we lost one of our other scrap vehicles. So these things are not super hardy, but I think in the next episode my plan will be to build one with shields in a factory. And then we just also need to increase our P a little bit. I'd like to get up to, I don't know, a couple thousand at least, and then start building some serious ships instead of these little dudes. Alright, let's see how we can do here. I would like to capture some more space stations. Maybe that one that was giving us trouble before would be a good target. So we'll head down here. So we do have a little fighter with us now. Let's see, one way you can collect too is to come through these areas with plants, and they naturally throw off things your ships can harvest. So I made sure to throw a tractor beam on my ship to make it a little easier to collect resources with these things. There we go. Up to 147. And then basically when I get close enough to these giant station ships that I put in my fleet, I'm automatically offloading my resources to them and collecting currency from R. Alright, I gotta become a little better pilot. I keep crashing into the asteroids. Ah, here we are, right on the border of our area again. Another thing that's going to be fun is making these little cities. Well, that was a nice little haul right there. Wow, that ship is much bigger than mine. It's pretty interesting the way it came out with all the, almost looks like a little thunderbolt or something. All these guys have a very interesting style on their ships. So something I don't know if I'm going to emulate. I think I'm going to build a little bit more for mass starting off when I really need to get like a couple warships going, and those things look pretty fragile. So, all right, they are in our fleet though. All right, let's head down. We're back in command mode. Alright, let's see how well these guys keep up with us. We have quite a bit more in our fleet. Let's see, we moved a little bit too far, and now we're back down to only 4 ships, as we kind of moved out of range of some of the other ones that should be following us, but they just fell behind a little too far. But even with just 4 of our scrappers, it makes it a whole lot easier. As we can coat the galaxy in our trash. There we go. And enough flak cannons will take down just about any ship. Those little shields are tough on those Terrans, for at least our guns. Alright, looks like we ran into a Terran space station. I guess these guns are way too weak. And I'm about to die. No, don't kill me. Yes, defend me, other scrap vehicles. Ah, see, there's the advantage right there of having some other people in your fleet. Is if you get in trouble and you stayed up with most of them, you can usually get bailed out. It's one of our ships. It just so happened we can offload some of our resources to him and got a couple more 100C now. So we're at 551. Those little ninja star things that the Terrans have are actually pretty deadly. In fact, I even copied, or not really copied, but was inspired by one of the designs. Built a little bit better Chinese star in my own Terran fleet. There we go. Got that guy out of the way. 22 more C. A little slow going, but it doesn't take much to really get some pretty major improvements now. Alright. Nice, got the mother load here in our old cargo wreckage. Looks like we had a couple of our largest ships get demolished here, probably by the Terrans, as they've been beating up on us so far. But in the meantime, let's collect some of these resources off these asteroids. See if we can get some here too. Like remnants of a Terran ship. And it seems like we're back down to three of our ships. It'd be great if we could get one more of these space stations. Looks like this guy is stuck or something. He's in my fleet, but he's not moving. And he's like stuck on plants. I've noticed this happened before. Let's see if I can dislodge him here with hitting some of the plants with my scrap launchers. So that should take them off. But yet he is still stuck on there. Alright, let's see if maybe I can push him off that rock. He needs better reverse thrusters. And I've run into this problem before where like you get started with these big ships going one direction and then since you're going, you have that forward momentum. You just keep smashing into the rock without any chance of recovering your reverse thrusters. So there we go. Wow, I just looked at the time and noticed we've been recording for over 40 minutes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and have to wrap it up. But thanks so much for joining me here in this episode of Reassembly, where we'll be trying out this new B faction and just kind of seeing what they're all about. And I'm looking forward to getting into building different buildings and bigger ships. But that will have to wait till next time. Leave a comment below and let me know what you might like to see. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I'd appreciate that very much. And I'll see you guys in the next episode here on Gamer Guide.